Devoting yourself to being better, knowing better, those are good genes. It's down to the DNA, staying solid like I was a Marine. If the heat's on, I can handle the pressure. If the mic's on, I can give you a lecture. If your ear's on, I'ma give you a blessing. Strategize, opportunities, progression. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Better tell 'em. The world don't stop just 'cause you're grieving. Better tell 'em. Funeral last week, rent due this evening. Better tell 'em. Red pill, blue pill, pick a side. Better tell 'em. Shit get real, better guard your life. Better tell 'em.
Welcome back to the Good Genes podcast with your favorite cousins, Hailey and
Necia.
We back, y'all.
Yeah.
And of course, we got to check in. So, how you doing, cousin? How your day? How your week? How's life?
My week, it was a wonderful week overall.
Mm-hmm.
My day was a little bit hectic, I'm not going to lie. A couple of malfunctions, but I'm here. So, what about you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
My week has been good. I've been feeling very confident about like work and continuing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Wide Open, which is Tim's daily show today.
Okay.
He was saying how he's been asking God like to reveal what he needs of him in 2026. He said, but until then, I'm going to do what God told me to do, and that's this show and my podcast. And I've been reminding myself as we start this, it's like stirred up so much in me, like excitement of like, oh, I just want to do this. That it's like, but I got to remember to still do what God told me to do, which was the job that I have now and everything that I'm doing. So I'm like, I'm just happy to be excelling at both.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And Amplified today, was able to work today and come here and film. So.
That's good. Yes, I've been looking forward to it. This has become like another form of therapy.
Yeah, for real.
So.
Like, because when I can't book with Key or get in as often as I want to, this has become like my filler in between. And just give me like, I'm a very structured person, so love something to do. Mm-hmm. So I love to like find extra things to do, and I'm constantly thinking about how to make it better, what we can talk about, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
All right. And it's always so good just to see you. I know we see each other like throughout the week, but it's like, okay, we get to go to the studio.
Yeah, it's like we get to dress up and have fun.
Yes.
Yeah, but let me tell y'all how Necia tried me this week, okay?
Oh, not tried you.
She tried me this week. I'm politely scrolling. I get a notification from I am Necia J on Instagram. And she sends me this event. I'm like, we always send events so we can find stuff to do. Y'all, she sent me an event for speed dating. I was like, you think I need to go to this? So tell the people why you think I need to go to a speed dating event.
Because Hailey is single, happily single. She's content. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like you have so many good characteristics and you have a lot of love to give. And since you've been on your healing journey, you won't know how much you've healed or what you still need to work on until you actually start putting the work to use. So I know you've been doing the work, but it's like if you stay to yourself, you're not going to know your triggers. You're not going to know what you want, what you don't want until you get back out there. And plus, it's just fun. Like I told her, you can date. You ain't got to have sex with these men. You could just date. You could date, go to dinner, rock climbing, go to a smash room. I don't know. Do something. Walk on the beach, a picnic. It's not going to hurt.
You're right. So basically, you're saying I need to get in the field.
Get in the field. Correct. Yes, I want me a nice little brother, cousin-in-law.
I know, because I always be hanging out, and I be like, I'm always taking you from your husband. Like, he could come too.
He understand. But I really do. I just feel like you've been doing the work. I wouldn't advise this to everybody, by the way, because there's a lot of people that I know that are single, but I wouldn't advise them to go, especially to something like speed dating.
Yeah.
Where you got to get put on the spot and you have to be sharp with it. Like, I would not advise that for everybody because everybody's not good on the spot.
Yeah.
One. And truth be told, two, everybody's not that disciplined. So if they find somebody they like, who knows what they may do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to really know how to pace yourself in environments like that while you're dating. So that's what I just thought. I was like, and then nevertheless, you can get good content and come back and tell Good Genes how it was. But
Yeah.
I think they're actually doing it tonight, the night we're recording, so you can't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. I might still slide through.
Okay, please do that way. You can come back next week and give us content.
It just feels so awkward. Not like dating again, but like just in the point of my life, I feel like I don't even want to think about that. In my mind, I'm like, God, please just deliver him like you do Amazon delivery. Like, send me the tracking number. I'll track him, drop him off at the house. You know? I'll cook him a meal when he get here.
Yeah, but it doesn't really work like that. That's not really reality.
I know. I've been trying to be more motivated to
Yes.
get back in the field.
Yes.
But
Because technically, I'm not saying that you should be on the hunt.
mm-hmm.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just put yourself in rooms and environment to where, like the Bible say, when a man finds a good wife, you can be somewhere that he can find you, because the likelihood, not saying it can't happen, but the likelihood of UPS, FedEx, or Amazon knocking on your door and then y'all get to talking. You get what I'm saying? Not saying it won't happen, but it's just less likely. So I'm just saying, if you push yourself in environments, like I always tell women, go sit at a nice bar, at a nice steakhouse. Leave a seat in between, 2 seats preferably. And if you're out with your homegirl, try to put her on a seat that's like closer to the people. That way, the empty seat you're sitting next to, and it kind of makes a guy feel welcome. Like, okay, is somebody sitting here? You know, push yourself in environments that you will want your man to hang out at.
Yeah.
So if you want a nice like the golf course, or I know this sounds crazy, but you can look up and like literally Google where like doctors meet up, lawyer meetups, tech guys, real estate guys, whatever you want your guy to, a library. Just go where you want your man to be at and just see what happens. I know I like to eat, so I used to go to the steakhouse all the time and sit at the bar. But yeah.
I think everybody love to be there.
Yes.
But that's why they said the girls love to go to like the cigar lounges. That's where
I don't like the smell. It gives me a terrible migraine.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but this is for my mama, who is also an eligible bachelor, but she looking for a sugar daddy that don't want no sugar. But those are the type of places I'd be like, Ma, go to the cigar lounge. They in there.
She'll find them there. Yeah, a nice little rooftop, a nice little like upscale sports bar.
Yeah. And especially down here, it never really feel authentic to like meet someone, or like everything feels inauthentic. So when you at the bar, to me, a lot of men down here are going to think that you want to get something out of them. And it's like, baby, this is a regular Tuesday for me.
Yeah.
This ain't.
But that's what I'm saying. If you go push yourself in these environments, like I know I will go to Houston's on a random Wednesday.
Yes, ma'am.
So that won't be odd for me to be at the bar. You get what I'm saying? But so you got to also go where you will want your future spouse to be. And this goes vice versa for men too. If you want a woman that's fit and she is a good steward of her body, she take fitness and stuff, go to the beach. Find those girls who be like out there doing yoga in the sand or something like that. Find these gentlemen who be up sunrise jogging on the beach. Like you gotta go where you want your people to be at.
I think that's a great point, because I went to an event, I think last weekend, and it was a vibe. It was like a DJ led type event. So a bunch of different DJs, they like live mixing music. Beautiful. It's like an outdoor indoor situation. You had to like dress to the color. Loved it.
Right.
As I'm there, I'm like, wow, there are so many beautiful women in here. All shapes and sizes, all colors, all ages, just look good. But I promise you, I don't think I saw a single straight man unless he was with his girlfriend.
See?
And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why are there not more men here? Because if you wanted options, they're here. Yeah. And they look good and they feeling good and they dancing and they smell good. And I'm like, why aren't there men here? Like, where are y'all at?
Yeah.
They not in the field.
But then a lot of men would complain, man, it's hard to find a good woman. Where are the good girls? Like, I get a lot of guys always be like, you don't got no homegirls, you don't got no cousin. I'm like, man, I got a lot of people who I know, and they decent too. But one, they be in the house, or like an R&B day party, something like that. You're not going to find them probably at booby trap.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
you know what's funny? I literally said, when I was thinking about it, when the club culture changed to not be focused
sections.
on women and it's more about what men can do and them being in a section, yes, I think that changed the whole, because that's where you're going to see a lot of people, like,
Yeah.
especially as an adult. So if you don't want to meet out in a restaurant, those are like the outings that you're doing, one at this age and in this era. But once the club changed to be more male focused,
Yeah.
I think that shifted everything. So now that you can't go to the club and find women because it's not about them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I think men don't like it because now they want to be the prize. They feel like women ain't the prize no more. But if you ask any DJ, you got to cater to the women. That's what's
Correct.
going to make the night.
Correct. Yeah, I think we do the dynamic change in general in the dating. I think this is what kind of like polluted the dating pool. If you ask me, women, we start doing things to impress other women that men do not care about, i.e., makeup, lashes. You know, we kind of do that stuff to. Truth be told, I'll be honest. So other women can be like, oh my God, your makeup look nice. And that's a woman thing because a man will take you without all of that.
Yeah.
And I think a
And
lot
that's
of
not even something
men,
they do.
right, a lot of men when they're in the club and stuff like that, they do a lot of de-pissing contests. Kind of like who could
Yes.
throw the most money, who got the most
Absolutely.
girls in their section, who got the most dudes with them. So it became like dudes are wanting to impress
Who's proving
dudes
that they got
and
the
the
most
girls
money.
are impressing girls, and it kind of messed up the dating pool. So we need to really get back to the basics and just, we could still do these things every now and then, but if the true goal is to be with, as a woman, a guy, or a guy as a woman, or even girl on girl, guy on guy, whatever your preference is. If the goal is to try to attract a opposite relationship, you need to be tapping in and really understand what they like instead of what you like. Because it's a lot of stuff that men think we like that I don't think they understand that we really could care less about that.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I was about to say, and vice versa. So then, like, how do you distinguish? Because not really working on this, but I be on the internet and I love the discourse, but it be a lot of us against each other, and it don't need to be that.
Right.
I think that we just need to be more honest about what it is we're looking for and the expectation that you have, because you gotta really start learning your person. You be on the internet and think that it's just this blanket checkbox of things that you need, and it's not that. And I think there's different checklists. Like when you're dating with the intention of marry, because not everybody wants to be married or
Correct.
dates for that reason. Maybe they just want to casually date. And I think that one, people need to define it for themselves and just make it clear. One, if you're dating for intention to marry, or two, if you're dating just casually. And then what do that look like? Because I feel like dating, period, if you're dating casually or if you're dating to marry, you should date multiple people. And when I say date, I mean courting.
Yes, court.
Get to know each other. We have not established boundaries of a serious relationship. So a person like me, who is single, no prospects, I should be going on dates with different people.
I agree. I think you should court multiple people. Where there's a difference between dating and courting, I say that. So I think you should date multiple people, and then once you exit the dating like aspect of the relationship and you guys kind of decide, hey, I really want to get to know you on a more exclusive level, then it kind of turns, that dating goes to courting, because now you're both being intentional with getting to know each other on a deeper level, right? Whereas when you're dating, you're just kind of going to have fun. You're just filling the water. You're checking the temperature, as we say, checking the temp, to even see if this is somebody you want to court. Because courting, I just feel like it's levels. It's like dating, then it's courting, and then it's like we're in a relationship, and then engagement, marriage, whatever. But I feel like it's levels, and I think a lot of people don't know the definition of dating, and they don't really know the true meaning of courting.
It's all one thing.
It's all one thing, and it's just like they just confuse. Like some women and men, if you look at them long enough, y'all in a relationship. And this is where it gets confused, because y'all didn't have like a sit down conversation, like, what are we doing? Y'all didn't like map out y'all plans for courting and getting to know each other. And now it's just we assuming, well, I didn't know you was talking. I went down your Instagram and I saw you liking pictures. And he like, you ain't my lady.
Yeah.
She like, well, you not my dude. Right?
And I think some people feel like what's understood don't need to be explained. I don't need to ask you to be my girlfriend, none of that. And I wouldn't say you necessarily have to ask. You know, some people do feel that way, but as a woman, that's something you need to express to that man.
Yeah.
Because what you think is a standard may not be for them, and they might not mind doing it, but they just don't feel like it's necessary.
Yeah.
But you do need to establish the boundary. If you starting to say, hey, I got some deeper feelings about you, and I want to figure out what's what, then you need to establish that. Or if you're saying you need to be able to look at somebody also and say, I can tell you're feeling a little more serious about this than I am. My intention with this, like, I'm just not there yet. Or my intention with this ain't there. So you give the person the option to say, okay, I want to not talk to you anymore because I'm looking for something serious only. Or I'm also looking for something just casual, and we'll see where it go from here.
Correct.
But you got to know how to manage your emotions in that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people can't handle the current dating, or, you know, just...
They get frustrated because everybody wants everybody to read their minds, and nobody really want to be grown and communicate, because we have to understand, like, this other person, they don't really know what you fully want. Only you know that. And the way I see it, this what prompts me to be like, let me just communicate and have these conversations, is because I realize there's only one clock for my life. I would never get this hour back. I would never get this minute back. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want you to waste your time.
Absolutely.
So let's just have a conversation and say, it don't have to be, so what we doing type, but it could just be like, my intentions are, I want to be married one day. I value marriage. What are your values? And if not, that's fine. But I think a lot of people are trained to lie because so many people has mismanaged their emotions, so they don't want the back end and the backlash of that. Like, well, if I tell her I really don't want to get married, she gonna flip out on me. She gonna call me all type of, you know, all out my name. And then if you tell the dude you want to save yourself to marriage because that's what you truly believe, then you kind of nervous on telling him that because you don't know how he's gonna take that. Oh, bro, she tripping, man. Da da da. So it's like,
or you know what women will do. What people do, period, but women in the instance when they say, I want to save myself for marriage, they will wait long enough to say that until there's kind of more feelings involved. You know, they'll kind of wait long enough so that y'all haven't had physical contact, but then you wait until you feel like, but that's trapping someone emotionally.
correct.
And on both ends, you'll wait until you like them enough to drop the bomb of like, oh, I don't want to be that serious with you. Oh, I want to wait until marriage.
Correct.
And it's not like you got to tell all of this on the first date.
Correct.
But you got to be able to read the room.
Yes.
You got to be able to be like, ooh, I see that you're starting to like me. I see that I'm starting to like you. Let me tell you right now, because of these feelings, if they progress, this is how I feel. I ain't really trying to be that serious, and I can tell you trying to be that serious. I can tell you want to be serious, and I want to save myself to a marriage. So what you trying to do with that? And it's okay to say those things and people walk away. Because I think a lot of us look at it as it's a negative thing towards you. This person don't like me, or I'm not good enough because they walked away because I said this. And it's like, y'all can have, because when you get a divorce, it's going to say irreconcilable differences. So have your irreconcilable differences now.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think we talked about this in a previous episode. Certain things I want to know up front. I don't want to be invested in. I don't want to go through a relationship in fear of not knowing if this thing is true. It will crush me. I'd rather it crush me in the beginning so I can get out. So I'm not so it's easier for me to detach. But some people, it's like they just rather drive a car with their eyes closed. And like whatever happens, happens. If they crash, they crash. And it's like, no, I'm not like that. I need to see what's going on. I don't. But so with you not looking for a man, but open to a man looking for you because you're already trying to walk in being someone's wife. What does a provider looks like to you? From like, what does a man providing for Hailey looks like?
So a provider, of course, I'm gonna go with the natural definition of like financial provision. But to me, that's not something I'm looking for a man to do immediately. I'm not looking to meet you and you start paying my bills. That's not that. But that we have to be honest that that is a big part of men's role in marriage. That is, or in my opinion, that's a big role. But it's also about emotional safety and physical safety. Those things, safety is so big to me because there are times in my life where I feel like I lack that, or there were instances in my life that just made me be by myself, and I had to protect myself. So it's important for me to have a man that provides emotional and physical protection. And physical protection, not just like you'll be ready to fight if somebody try me.
Correct.
Physical protection in the way that, and most men do this, but when we sit in a restaurant, you sit to face the door so that you're aware of danger. You walk on the outside of the sidewalk. Like those things
Mean a
are
lot.
about you come and open my door. My best friend say it all the time. This is about protection because you don't know who over here. You putting me in a position to be alone.
That's true.
And so physical protection and then emotional protection. Like if I tell you that I feel some type of way about it, even if it's about you, I want to feel considered in that. And I don't want it to be that it's my fault or that you blow up about it or that I'm saying something to make you feel insignificant.
Right. It's
That's-
not an attack. It's just me
Yes.
expressing myself.
Yeah, I want, and that's safety. That I feel safe enough that I can hold you accountable. I feel
Correct.
safe enough that I can say on the days, I can just express myself. I'm feeling depressed. I want to feel safe enough to say that and it be catered to and considered. So, yeah. And then, of course, the bills paid. Physical, financial, so fiscal responsibility in a man is like the most attractive trait because you provide the biggest layer of safety. If you want me to submit to you, I'm literally submitting my own safety. So I'm not submitting to you when you can't even ensure that the roof over our head has running water and we got somewhere to stay. Like that's basic level safety. So if that's why when men are physically responsible, it's like, hey, daddy.
Yeah. it is very attractive. Yeah.
And I think men can not see that in that way. They feel like, oh, you just want me for my money. That's all you want. And it's like, I don't want you just for your money. But it's a part of to me, it's a part of your role as a man.
Correct.
So
Correct. Okay.
that's what I feel like. What does it look like, if you want to expound, or what you would say it looks like in a marriage?
Okay. I feel like a man providing in a marriage looks like you said, beyond physical, not so much of we're out and if somebody is disrespectful, you're going to check them, because that's pretty much a given for most men. But it also, like you said, from just a physical aspect too, I think when I'm physically not myself, we spoke about this in the previous episode, I may be going through one of my little feminine episodes, I'm on my cycle, whatever. Also being able to have discipline physically to
good.
help get me through those moments. Or if I'm grieving, I may not physically be up for certain stuff, and you understanding that as my spouse and taking that into consideration. So and then too, like just making sure like the doors are locked, all of that stuff. Like to me, that's just very, especially when it should just move seamlessly, like through the house. Like your role physically, emotionally. If I communicate my feelings, as you said, you're not taking it as a personal attack. To me, that's very important because it amplifies effective communication, and it also it shows maturity too, because no one likes to hear that you're doing something that maybe bothered the person that's closest to you. However, if you could sit there and take constructive criticism, that shows a lot of maturity. Also, I should be able to feel safe, not in my man, he gonna tear the room up, something happen. Not like that, But also, and from this goes back to physical, I should be able to rest so easy in my emotions and physically with you that I don't have a thought of where my man is taking his temple.
Thank you.
Who have access to that. That's like a sense of physical
Safety.
safety and responsibility. You get what I'm saying? I think a
Yes.
lot of men think, not all, but most men think, long as you could flip on the light switch, they're providing for you. Also, if there's kids involved, when you come home, are you actually present? Not just going in and you kicking up watching football, not because I got your plate, your food, you know, your meal ready, and you just
Yeah.
eating, and now you kind of on the phone, or you just tuned out. Are you checking in with the family? Are you actually present? Do we know you, and do you know us? You get what I'm saying? Because you could be in a house with people and y'all really don't know each other for real, because y'all are just 2 ships, 4 ships passing by.
Yeah.
So it's like that means a lot. I feel like that's providing. Do you actually carve out time to make, like, are there evident sacrifices showing that, okay, you're going to pay the bills whether I'm here or not. Your rent and mortgage is going to be paid because I'm pretty sure you're going to need somewhere to stay. You're going to wash your car. If you have one, you're going to wash your car regardless, right? But what do you do extra for the family and for your wife?
That's outside of what
that's
you would do for
outside
yourself.
of what you would do for yourself. To me, like, showing a sacrifice and dying to yourself, because we're supposed to die to ourselves. I think that's what providing looks like in a marriage, especially a marriage. And are you too, like, being just a good steward of your body? Are you working out? Are you eating well so you can be here for a long time? Because
Right.
who wants, if you're the leader, you don't want to leave your family prematurely if you don't have to. Are you actually putting things in order, like getting life insurance policies? Or do you do, just because I may don't touch a bill in the house, have you sat me down and showed me, this is, we pay our electric to Florida Power. We pay this is when the taxes are due.
Right.
Are you showing me these things just in case, and prepping the family to still eat? Are
To
you
lead
showing
the
us how to
team.
fish? Yeah, without you. Like, to me, I feel like that's a sense of providing, because I think a lot of men have families and they are paying the bills and everything like that. They are working 2-3 jobs. But if something happens to that man, what does that man family legacy looks like? That's going to tell everything you need to know on how well he provided or didn't. So that's what it looks like to me from a man. But I think as a woman, our providing, it goes far beyond beauty and all of that too.
Yes.
Because we got to hold us accountable. So I think for a woman, it looks like, are you setting the scene for the home, right? Because with the man, we supposed to multiply. We are a helpmeet. You know
Yes.
what I mean? We supposed
Whatever
to have.
you give us, we multiply.
Yeah, so I think, like, providing doesn't always look like being ready to go in the bedroom. It's also, can we provide a level of peace? Do we know our role? Do we really honor submission? You know, do
Yeah.
we really respect our men? Do we really know the definition of respect? And do we know a man, yeah, he want a pretty face and he wants you to cook and all of this stuff, but the main thing he want is respect. Do
Yeah.
you really understand that as a woman?
And do you know how to give that?
Do you know how to give that? Because I think a lot of people, they do want to be in these relationships, but if you knew what it took to maintain a healthy relationship, you would probably think twice, especially with somebody who has done the work. It's going to take a lot of work to keep that person.
Absolutely.
So I think just like, that's what it looks like, providing, like everybody knowing their roles, and it should just be a lot of selfless acts being traded off in a relationship.
And I like what you said, basically, about having to work like a team.
Yeah.
Like, because you never know when you have a player down. You know what I'm saying?
And that
you got to
happens.
step in. I feel like marriages specifically are never 50-50.
Never. No relationship is.
And I'm not talking paying the bills. I'm
Yeah.
talking about in people want to go tit for
Emotional
tat. I do this, you do that. They get caught up in a stereotypical role. As long as I pay the bills, your job is to take care of the kids, and I don't have nothing to do with the kids. And it's like, because one, a birth is very risky. God forbid you lose your wife. What you gonna do as the parent of this child? You just gonna give up? God forbid something happens to the dad, you're going to not pay the bills because he never showed you and you never knew how to make money? That's not an option. The babies need to eat.
Need to eat.
But what I see, especially in that, is men don't always value themselves in the way that they are deserving of. And it reflects in like how they date, how they treat themselves, and things like that. But they get kind of stuck in the mindset of like, I don't have to do more. They feel like it should be 50-50. But in my opinion, a man should always do more than a woman because you're the leader. Yeah. When you look at the CEO of a company, you expect them to have more responsibility than the director of the company.
Where they actually, even from like, if you took anatomy, physiology, the man anatomy is built to take on more. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they have wider shoulders in the back for a reason. Their arms are more muscular than ours for a reason. And yes, it's from a physical, but also from a mental. It's a reason why, if you look at the hierarchy of the family from a biblical perspective, it's a reason why God didn't say it's God and then the wife and then the husband. No, it's God, the husband, the wife, the kids. Like, that's the hierarchy. So yes. I just feel like I feel like God did it that way because whatever comes down, or it needs to go through the man first. And then the woman. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. I just feel like we definitely have to unlearn a lot of things that we've been taught. Yeah. And then we actually have to get back kind of to the basics of, and I think that will clear up the pollution of the dating pool. Everybody keeps saying how pissy it is and stuff like that. But if we all really do the work and have these honest conversations and stop battling each other like, we don't need y'all, we don't need y'all. No, yes. We need, without women, the population will stop.
Correct.
Growing.
And men will be like, without us, it'll stop too.
Yeah, but that's a fact though, because I don't really see a whole bunch of women operating these big old cranes and buildings and stuff like that. Like, the infrastructure will stop too. So it's just if I just feel like if God only wanted one gender on this earth, he would have stopped at Adam. It was a reason why he took Adam's rib and created Eve. It was a reason why. So I just feel like we have to. Go ahead. You was finna say something.
That when you use Adam and Eve, that reminds me of why women are the prize. We were literally a present made for men. And I think if women understood, because I'm not going to say that I always was like this, but I do feel like I'm a gift to the man that's here. As long as you are a good leader, I am going to serve the leadership. It's just like football. We are going to trust the head coach. But the head coach has more benefits, gets paid more because he has additional responsibility. But when it comes time to snap the ball, whatever that head coach said is the play we're going to run. So that's what I want more men to feel more confident about getting back into that role of being a head coach, because I get that it's hard and it is a lot to hold. But men can't give it up. You can't put that down. Right. Because what happens when they put it down is you come down the line and women don't have no choice but to step up. Correct. They don't have no choice but to be hyper independent, the head of their household, make money and raise the kids. And if women can do both and have proven to do both, men can as well. Because again, you're the leader. You can do more, are more capable of us. But me. When it comes to what I look to be in a marriage, I look to be the things that you can't see. Like, just like men will say, you don't have to worry, you flick this light on, don't know when it's due or what happened. You don't know how your laundry got from the basket to in here. You don't know how the groceries got in the house or cooked or packed for your lunch. You don't know how the bar of soap got replenished, where we buy from, where there's more. Yeah. The things, I'm here to make life an ease to you because I know what you're bearing on your shoulders. I know that life is hard for you as a man. Yeah. But you only gonna make it harder when you be a tornado inside this house. Because this is my place of peace. This is my domicile. Right. When we out in the world, you rule it. When we get in this house, this my You know? This why I'm queen.
Right.
But I also think about biblical, like you said, is God, then the man, then the wife, husband, then the wife. But it also tells you that the husband should love his wife as Christ loved the church.
Amen.
God gave his life for the church. And when they disrespected the church, he knew when to act the fool.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean. God understood. He understood when you disrespect my church, when you disrespect my wife, I'm flipping everything. We turning up. But he also understood how much he loved it and where he could find forgiveness and how gracious he had to be with the church. You know? And I want to empower more men to step into that.
Yeah. I do find it. I've been talking to a lot of guys, not like on just platonically. I have brothers, cousins, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And one thing that I have found, like, dang, that's kind of sad, is a lot of them think they worth is longest I make money.
Yes.
And it's like, but you should have so much more than that to lean on and to actually tap into and be able to offer.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to provide more than just money. And I think...
And women got to provide more
than
than just
looks.
looks.
I was going to say that too. It's so many women, they just think, well, I'm beautiful, I'm pretty, and that's the end all be all. And it's like, really not. You got to have substance. Like, where's the substance?
You be pretty but boring.
Yeah. And a lot of these people cannot even hold a conversation, especially women. Oh my gosh, like I noticed that a lot of men who have their stuff together, they want to talk, they're well-rounded. They want to talk politics. They want to talk religion. They want to talk finances. They want to be able to talk sports. They do not want a girl on a date and all she doing is, you know,
taking
pictures and stuff like that.
Can't go nowhere without her makeup done.
Yes, like
can't go do nothing unless, you know.
Yeah, I see it. Like I see a lot of couples when they go out and it'd be like a really nice restaurant and they're just both on the phone. They looking so boring.
Yeah,
and it's just like
y'all together for aesthetics.
Yeah, like I could literally go on a whole date and leave my phone in the car.
Same.
I actually prefer to do stuff like that, or I won't leave it in the car, but I would definitely not check it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like engaged, and I just feel like we lost the art of that. And we got to get back to knowing we are so much worth, women, than our looks and our body. And men, y'all are so much worth than what's in y'all bank accounts and not. But I don't even blame men for feeling like that, because the first thing you ask a woman is, well, what you want in a man? Well, he got to have money. He got to have this. He got to make 6 figures. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? So if I was a man, I would feel like that too. And then as soon as you ask a man, what you want in a woman? Boy, well, I want me a baddie. Yeah. So it's like we did it to each other. You know what I mean?
They say, it's like a saying that women look for 6'6". Yeah. 6 feet tall, 6 figures.
6 inches. Right.
Yeah. And it's like you gotta want more than that, because those things aren't gonna take you through a marriage. No. But if you're not looking for that, then date like that. But if you're looking to be married, you need so much more than those things. Like those things are important, but they come later. Yes. Like they're gonna come and go. But if you're talking about forever, well, I'm gonna be happy to clean your crusty drawers for 40 years. Like, what you gonna be happy to have me come in this house and I have mood swings and I got attitude and all of that for 40 years. Right. Like, it takes so much more than that. It takes so much
sickness
more than that.
and health. That's why you think it doesn't say for beauty and for not. It does say for richer or for poor, because that is a standard.
Yep, for richer or for poor.
Yeah, so we got, like, I heard a minister say one time, he said, do you really know what it means to have and to hold? And I said, oh my gosh, because his definition of that, he said, it's easy to have something. It's hard to hold on to it.
A word.
And he broke it down further. I wish I can, I'm going to try to reference his name, so by the time this comes out, we can put it in the description, because I encourage you guys to go read, like, just listen to that clip. But he said it's a reason why he said to have and to hold, because it's easy to have, but it's hard to hold. Because on the good days, that's having somebody. I have you. I have a partner. I have a spouse, right? That's when it's all good. But to hold on to them in the desert,
Yeah.
in the hard times, that's a whole different type of love. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, they aspire more for the wedding than they actually do the marriage.
Yes.
And it's like a lot of people spend more time planning the wedding than they do actually planning how their marriage is going to flow.
Yes.
And I respect the person who say I'm not ready for marriage, because it requires a big responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, I admire for people to say I'm not qualified for that right now in this season of my life. Instead of going out there and doing it, and then now you like that's one thing I don't play about. I don't play about children, and I don't play about marriage, because I just feel like a marriage is a covenant.
Girl.
Like, you will rarely hear me talk about my marriage, because I'm protecting our covenant.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And what we got going on, that's not for everybody. And everybody not going to understand it. And at the end of the day, it's just not me in the marriage. I also have to protect and respect my husband.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So even me going into this space of coming in the spotlight, you know, doing this podcast, there are certain things I would give general advice, but I'm not just going to put it all out there. Why? Because we're married. It's a covenant. It's between us and God.
Yeah.
And I want to protect our peace. And at the end of the day, I am one of those people you can come to, and I will give you the advice. I'm not going to sell you no dream. Like, Hailey,
Right.
you know. I'm not going to sell you no dream. It's work. But it is the most rewarding job you will ever have.
Yes.
I think probably next to being a parent.
And I love that. And I think it's hard to date with the intention of getting married now. But just like you said, you don't play about marriage. I don't either. I do my best to even look at a man who is attractive and is married and just not even be like, oh, he fine.
Yeah, no, I
Because
don't
as
do
soon as
that.
I find a man attractive and he married, I'm like, oh, no. I don't play with God like that.
I don't.
Because that's between you, that person, and God. God in that.
And even if they
And I
not
would never disrespect God like that.
right, and even if they're not acting marriage, you got to understand that's a spiritual warfare that's
Yes.
going on between
I don't want
them two
nothing-
spouses.
I don't
so
want nothing to do with that.
if you even trying to put yourself in that, that's why I was trying to say on another episode that I probably won't be the type of woman to ever have to go to another woman, because the moment I feel something off, I'm backing up, because there are tell signs to let
yeah.
you know that somebody is involved with somebody else. Sometimes we just choose to ignore them. But I just feel like, and then even if I did have to go with somebody as a woman, I'm going to remove myself from the situation, so she don't ever got to worry about me, because I'm not. The moment I even find out something like that, I don't play like that. It don't even got to be a marriage. You could be just talking to him, because I don't compete. I don't do that. But yeah, I don't play about marriage at all. What I do want to become is like an advocate to clean up the dating pool.
Yes.
Because I have like a lot of friends and stuff. They all are like, people be honest. People do want a partner, you know?
Oh, life
is so much easier, with someone.
Yes.
But I just think that I do want to be a voice of all women are not bad, all men are not bad, and we're all not against each other. And like, men, we do respect you guys.
We love y'all.
We love you, and we need y'all. I think
y'all.
men need to hear that. We need you. We need y'all
Don't listen to the
presence.
internet.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say, and I heard this from Deontay Kyle on Grits and Eggs, and I agree with this point, is that there's a lot of discourse about men versus women. And men have to understand that men don't have great track records with women.
Correct.
So when women generalize men or feel uncomfortable with a man or hold back in a certain way, and they be like, man, you trying to treat me I ain't like the rest of them. The same way that black people look at white people and say, I got to be cautious of all of y'all. I don't care if you one of the good ones. That is how women look at men. And you just have to understand that that's the situation women are in, because men have been dangerous to women and all types of things. So don't take it to heart when women are cautious with you. Is you have to prove that you are not like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Because men have been dangerous to women. However, again, that's just one of you. You have additional responsibilities. But we love you. We respect you. We want to be in partnership with you. We want y'all to live for a long time, and you deserve a happy life.
Yeah.
So,
and women, we got to stop using, like, when fellow sisters talk like this, stop calling them a pick Misha. Because most women who do speak of this narrative, they're picked. And I think that's the goal.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's not really an insult when they be like, I hear a lot of people call certain women who I feel like they do portray their love and respect to men publicly. They'll be like, oh, she a pick Misha. But it's like, 9 times out of 10, she picked. She probably put up whatever. I never been called one because I'm just now starting to speak publicly, but I could see it happening only because I do honor and respect men. They'll call me on Pit Misha, but I think that's the goal, is to be picked. And then y'all men have to stop downing y'all homeboys and calling them simps just because they're treating their woman accordingly. And who you want him to be? You supposed to be a sucker. I'm tender, and he
tenderism. What Unc said with that real tenderism.
Tenderism. If you can't be soft with your partner, who can you be soft with? So it's just like, we have to stop like condemning each other of when we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing. Stop condemning each other. Like a dude will be quick to tell his homeboy,
accountable.
You soft, bro. Like, yeah, and that's another thing.
When your homegirl call you venting and you know she wrong, tell her, girl, you wrong.
You wrong.
And here's a suggestion of how to apologize.
Yeah. I am one of them. Do not call me
if you don't want
and ask me my advice, and then I give you my advice, because I try not to give unsolicited advice. I be like, are you calling an event or you calling for my advice? And they be like, blah, blah, blah. All right, bet. All right. And sometimes they be like, I don't even want your advice, Necia. Just hear me out. I'm like, okay. I just go on mute so I don't be tempted to be like, say nothing. But yeah, do not call me, because I am definitely that person that's going to hold you accountable, because I want to be held accountable, because iron sharpens iron. And honestly, like, all the women around me, I want all of us to experience
lasting
love. Like I do. It's so precious. It's so beautiful. And I just wish that for everybody. Like, it's so many toxic relationships. Like, I don't wish that stuff on nobody.
Yeah.
I don't wish loneliness on nobody, because there's a lot of people, if you talk to them candidly, they'll tell you, I literally cry myself to sleep at night. But from outside looking in, it looks like they have it all together.
Yes.
But a lot of people, them being lonely, that really, really bothers them. But they can't be honest about it, because we just become so judgmental of each other. And then once you kind of commit to being the independent boss chick or whatever, or the dude who I can get a housekeeper for that, I can get a chef to cook me meals. Once you start thinking like that, the corruption has already started. So it's kind of hard to bounce back.
And you can, even this is what I think about when I say I'd rather have a home cooked meal than go out to eat. Yes, you can hire a chef. That's still your chef's job.
Yeah.
They are not cooking with love to nourish you because they want you to live forever. Your wife, just like when your mama, you go to your grandma's house and that food just tastes different because she know that she cooking for her legacy.
Yeah.
She's cooking for people that she loves. She going to take her time. Your chef is cooking for work.
Yeah.
This is their job. Yes, they can do their job with love, but they're not doing it with the same love and care that your partner is going to do. Your partner going to remember that you like your rice cooked a certain way, that you like your broccoli cooked a little more tender. Like, they can do that, but it's not the same as, you don't have to tell them that. They know.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's how you can nourish someone. When you can do the small things that other people may not notice, or you learn them. I think that's the biggest thing in relationships, is like, when you learn your person and you can see that they pay attention to you and they notice your snack ain't here no more and I refilled it.
Yeah.
Or I filled your gas tank. Or I know you like this bar of soap, or your show on, so I'm going to put it on for you. Like, it's those small things that make you feel seen, And I think as women, sometimes we can fall short of showing men when they're seen.
Yes. I think a lot of men don't feel seen and they
Yeah.
don't feel heard, sadly. Yeah. And I think, again, it goes back to going back to the basics, because I felt like once men start feeling seen and heard and they started feeling disrespected by the woman species, we took their disdain for us and their reaction to that, and we multiplied it. So now we
Yeah.
don't need y'all. We a boss. I got my own money. We popping it on
Yeah,
them.
popping it.
Now we got more of an ego than men. So it's like the femininity is lost, and like that's another thing too that I had to learn. I read a book a few years ago. It was by an author named April Mason. And I'm trying to be more intentional on not gatekeeping things that I've have access to. That way y'all can actually like plug in. So if I name drop, that's why. It's not because of no other stuff, because these people don't even
They don't
like
know.
they don't know me. Mel Robbins don't know me. April Mason don't know me. But anyway, her name is April Mason, and she has a book called The Identity Switch. And on her platform, if you follow her on Instagram, she teaches women how to really tap into their femininity. And it goes beyond nails, hair, makeup, what we have on. She said it's a inward thing that you experience and that you need to do so it shows outward. She said being soft isn't just talking soft. Being soft is also when you come into a room, you making eye contact with every woman in that room. Hello, how you doing? You smiling. Being soft and being feminine is also being approachable, because I am guilty of this, of the resting bee face. Like sometimes if I have a lot on my mind, I don't look approachable. So when I'm in public, especially when I was like dating and stuff, I would try to be intentional with, try to smile when I go into rooms. That energy, having that type of aura, it makes people want to be.
It makes them curious about
It makes
you.
them curious. She talks about this being mystique, keeping a little, like knowing when to keep things. Like if you know me, you know details about me, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't know me like that, you really don't know a whole lot about me.
It's whatever you can guess.
It's whatever you can guess, and I'm cool with that. So you have to be cool with that. You have to be so confident in yourself that you don't feel like you have to clear up any narratives about you, good or bad. You don't feel like you have to impress anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like an aura that you carry, and she really talks about when you want different, close your eyes and think about the woman you want to be. What does that woman look like? What does she talk like? What does she smells like? What type of things is she into? What type of rooms do she enter?
Yeah.
Now have the identity switch and say, how do I get there? So I did this exercise personally a few years ago. I was like, I want to be a woman that when I walk into a room, I command it without having to be loud. You know how some women are just real loud and stuff like that? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I wanted to be poised. I wanted to have my aura just like, if you, like, I went to get my mammogram a few weeks ago. And I wish I don't know how we're going to edit this, but if I can try to put the video in this podcast as I'm talking, I'll try to do that. But I recorded the waiting room. It was completely empty. And the lady chose to sit right next to me. It had to be 20 seats in that waiting room. And she came, and the waiting room was empty when she came in. But she came and sat right next to me. And first, it did throw me off. I'm not going to lie. But then I remembered something my mom told me a long time ago. She said, well, Necia, I think strangers, because we were joking one day and we was in the store. She said, it just be so funny to me how strangers tell you like a business. She said, but that's because you have a safe type of personality and people can feel that about you. So I was like, why is this lady sitting so close? And I remember my mom telling me like, that's the type of aura I have. And then the lady started talking to me, and she was telling me how she was really scared and nervous. And I was telling her, like, me too, you know. Yeah. And I was like, I just think she needed that conversation and that sisterhood in that moment. But what if I would have just been like, what you looking at? Like, why is you sitting out of all the seats? What if I just would have got an attitude?
Right.
I would have not been in my feminine bag. You get what I'm saying? So it just goes deeper than the hair, the nails. It's really like too. She talks about. I love this analogy. When you're at a grocery store and they ask you, "Do you need help to your car?" Even if you don't, just let the little let them back to the let them. So now when I go to the store, I go to the same Publix typically. The boys, they rush over there because they know, they want to see what I got in the car. They just like whatever. Oh, what you got going on this week? I call them like my little nephews or whatever, because it's like two of them who always rush to bring me out. And it's so funny because like when typically I go with my husband, but
when you are by yourself,
the few times I go by myself, they come do it. And I just had to learn, like, Necia, just let them. Because in their teenage mind, they're learning to be men.
Yes.
They're learning to, do you see a woman who needs help? Help her. So why would I take that opportunity from them? Mm-hmm. That's part of knowing, like, that's part of being in your feminine bag too. Like, just knowing when to, like, let a man be a man. Even if he's not flirting with you, he opens the door, look him in the eye, say, "Thank you, sir." Yep. If a man compliment you, sometimes they always not trying to holler at us, ladies. Just say thank you,
Right.
We are beautiful. So them saying, "Hey, you look beautiful today," that's
like saying the sky's blue.
Yeah. So just say thank you and nod and smile and walk,
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be so, like, attitude, you know?
That's one thing that I've learned, like, the latter half of my 20s, because I do have a really big personality, and I get it from my mama. Mm-hmm. And just learning to be more poised or reading a room, when to be as big as I am, and when it's okay to draw it back.
Yeah.
Because I'm real big on, like, I never want to change myself because I love me.
Absolutely not.
But time and place. I don't always have to be like this. There is power in silence. Mm-hmm. So I could say what I wanted to say by being quiet. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing that I feel like I've worked on with God that I've asked for is to be mindful of my mouth. Yeah. Like, I quite literally take the time to think before I speak. Because the thoughts be there.
Yeah.
They be popping in. And I've gotten to a lot of instances where I said to myself, I'm so glad I didn't say that. Mm-hmm. And so it showed me, like, I'm going to really only say what I feel like I'm being told to say. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say everything I think. I'm not going to word vomit whatever comes to my mind. I'm going to be mindful of my mouth. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read the room. And I'm going to be honest, like, even in previous relationships, when I needed time to, like, I can't have this conversation right now because it's not going to be constructive. And saying that versus saying I'm sorry for how I spoke. And you know me, and I was still telling the truth. Like, even if I'm telling the truth, I'm not going to be able to say it to you in a way that you're going to receive it. So we can't talk about this right now. We're going to table this for a couple of hours and, like, let me have some time to myself so I can communicate what I'm really trying to say.
Right.
I don't want to communicate off of how I feel. Mm-hmm. I want to say what I'm trying to say is this, and it can come across well received.
Right.
And that's just like emotional maturity I took in my latter half of my 20s with trying to date and just be a better woman. Like, what kind of woman do I want to be?
Right.
Because
that identity switch. Mm-hmm.
Not that it felt like little girl behavior, but it just didn't feel like who I am and what I wanted to be. And I would like to be in a loving marriage. So I want to be able to communicate with my partner in the best way that'll be received by them. Mm-hmm. And that's respectful. Because like you said, I feel like men's biggest thing is respect.
Yeah.
So if I can communicate to you in a way that don't feel like I'm your mama and you my child, I think those level of conversations is what creates regret or those deep-rooted, because you'll get a mommy wound or a daddy wound. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you say something and they bring it up like, you think you my mama, they start to rebel against you or put the feelings that they have towards that parent on you. Mm-hmm. You ain't my mama, so I'm going to go misbehave.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not your mom. You don't have to misbehave.
Right.
To say what you want to say. Like, you can also say, this is triggering, or I ain't your child. Don't talk to me like that. Mm-hmm. You're like, hey, partner, I'll talk to you later then. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Facts.
Because if these are words and the means of communication I have right now, that's what it's going to come off across. And I never want to give that. Your mama got a role in your life, which is different from mine.
Correct.
So I just try to be careful of how I could touch on somebody pressure points, and just not to
Mm-hmm.
come. I'm not trying to be your mama, but I can't love you and criticize you at the same time. I can love you and tell you where you falling short. Your parents do that, but I can do that as well
Yeah.
as your partner. And anybody in your life can love you and criticize you. To me, that's what love is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we all just need to be open to the criticism.
Yeah.
And then you just set your boundaries on what you are and aren't going to do. When it comes to relationships, say, these are my boundaries. This is what I feel. These are my ethical thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find somebody who works with that, or someone you're willing to deal with those things for.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all don't have to be on the same page, but you have to be willing to deal with it if you're going to be in a relationship.
Correct. Yeah. I encourage everyone to just, and this could be like a, what they call it, a rhetorical question.
Rhetorical.
Rhetorical question. Thank you, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Rhetorical question, which means you don't have to answer out loud. But just ask yourself, am I the type of person that I would want to be with?
Mm-hmm.
Do I find myself safe? Can I trust myself? Am I loving? Am I kind to myself? And just answer those questions, and then really look inward, and then like, cause I had to ask myself that, and
I was about to say.
I could not answer yes to all of that. I was like, you know what, Necia, I need to go back to the drawing board, because I can expect for somebody else to want to be here and stay here if I barely don't want to stay here sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm fighting my own body.
Yeah.
So I just think sometimes we just got to do the self-work,
Yeah.
and also realize that when you do meet someone and you in a relationship with them, every relationship has what every house has, and that is a control panel. And some people label their control panels, or they tape off certain switches, so you know not to ever touch those, because it may be it's like an important source for the whole house, right?
Yes.
So don't switch that off. Some people, they never label their control panel.
They don't know what go to where. They
Yeah,
just
so
hit
people
you.
just get to switching and
Yeah.
touching. I feel like those relationships are the relationships that they don't really have in-depth conversations. It's just kind of very surface level. They kind of scared to like trigger each other, so they really don't know each other true triggers for real.
Yeah.
The ones that get labeled are the
Till you
ones
blow
that's
that
really like,
fuse.
yeah. Hello? The ones that like I see like got the nice labeling, they got the tape off, those are the relationships. They done sat down. Hey, bruh, these are my triggers. Hey, babe, these are my triggers. You get what I'm
Or
saying?
they done blown enough fuses.
Don't
where they
touch this
start labeling
one.
and say,
Yeah.
Do not touch.
Yeah, so I just think you have to remember when you're in a relationship, learn the person's triggers as well. That's very important. You cannot be with somebody else and not know what triggers them, because you won't necessarily do it intentionally 100% of the time. Sometimes you just say something and you don't know, like that person is triggered by that.
Yes.
And it could shut the whole source of the relationship. That power is shut off, lights off. And the person now seemingly checked out. And you don't really know, but that's because y'all not really communicating like, hey, what you said or what you did really bothered me. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
sometimes we have to sit down and have those conversations. It's not just in romantic relationships. These are in platonic relationships, family relationships,
Everything.
cousin relationships. We have to know each other triggers.
Yes.
And just know that I highly encourage you, when you do get into these relationships you want to keep, label the triggers as they come up,
We love that.
so we don't touch them again.
Yes. You said something that I got a hot take on.
Okay.
So you mentioned like when you look at yourself, you got to say, am I someone?
That I would want to be with.
Yes. And I want to, my hot take is, and I'm going to hold everybody's hand when I say this, okay? My sweet babies, as Monique would say.
Yeah, my sweet babies.
Every person you date is a direct reflection of how you already feel about yourself.
Yes.
So if you are not confident in yourself, that's going to be reflected in the person that you date, how they move, what they think. Everything that you feel about yourself is reflected and shows up in that relationship, in the person that you're dating. And I had to swallow that pill when I said, why am I not having successful relationships? And it was like, Hailey, you're dating the parts about yourself that you don't love.
Yeah.
So until
You're looking for that healing in the unhealed parts of you in other unhealed people, because
Yeah.
it looks familiar.
or not even that, if I don't feel confident in myself, I want to date a man who's confident. But I don't know. Now it's uncomfortable for me that you're confident and I'm not. I don't know how to hold weight in that room. So now I want to bring you down to where I'm at. Now you can't be confident because I'm not confident. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
So now it feels like he projecting on you when really he just living his natural self.
When I was originally attracted to that.
Right.
I was attracted to you because you're confident. I was like, oh my God, I don't have that. You will feel it in my life. But it's filled in your life. It's not filled in mine. So sometimes it does work that when you date someone who has an attribute that you look for, it rubs off on you. But a lot of times that's not what happens.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, well, I didn't. That's when the stove hot. You know, it's like,
Correct.
oh, I'm cold. I want to warm up, but then you realize that stove hot. So you got to figure out what works best for you and clean up yourself.
Yeah.
You will naturally attract who you are, and that's what big on that. Like, Hailey, clean this up.
Yeah.
And it's other aspects. If you got mommy issues, daddy issues, clean those up because you're gonna date those issues.
And you have to know, I'm big on this, when you're seeking, especially in a romantic relationship, know what some of these definitions really are, like submission. Are you really up for that? Are you really a submissive person? Are you really a respectful person? Or when you get mad and on a mad day, social media knows? Because you're not a safe person if that happens.
Yes.
You're not safe. That's me or mad. Like, I cannot be vulnerable with somebody like that. That the world can know my business. Or not even if you don't post on social media. The homegirls, the family. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what love is? Or I know we all know how to say it, but do you really know what it means to love? Because it's a choice. It's an act of. It's an action word.
And it involves sacrifice.
Yes. Do you even know how to sacrifice? Do you sacrifice for your own self?
Right.
Do you know what discipline is? Because if you don't, this is why a lot of cheating going on, because people lack discipline.
Yes.
They don't know how to just thug it out through the dry times. Like, you get what I'm saying? Are you a good communicator? So really, like, these key words that we hear people say, this what sustains healthy relationships.
You need to start putting definitions to those terms.
Yeah, like, look it up on Google in a dictionary. I highly encourage, because sometimes we make up our own definitions.
Yes.
And sometimes we got to know, like, this is what it is.
I agree.
You know, so, yeah. But we'll definitely be talking more about these topics.
Yes.
I want to end this episode on speaking to our ladies.
Okay.
Because we are not men. So I don't want to come off like we're trying to tell the men, you know, what they should be doing. So I know we can speak to the ladies, right? So let's all hold each other hands while I say this.
Reach out and touch somebody.
Reach out and touch somebody. If you're watching on your phone, reach out. Ladies, we hold more power than we think we do. I feel like we hold more power than men. We can end wars. We can start wars. A lot of people are in a cemetery in jail behind a woman. There's more men but in cemeteries and jails behind women than there are women in these spots behind men. So when I say that, I mean, let's start with us by raising our standard, because a lot of men, they have been honest already. We're simple, we stupid, we get dressed for women. They do everything pretty much for us. So we know that. Let's use our power to not use it against them, but let's use it for the benefit of helping both species, right?
To amplify.
Yeah, so like, if we know that a man will really do anything just to be in our presence, let's raise the bar a little bit.
Yes.
You know? And I'm not talking about let's all start going to 5-star restaurants and we not eating at the cheesecake. Come on, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about let's really
raise the moral bar.
Moral bar, right. Let's hold our own selves more accountable. Let's give them something to love. Let's get the cat and mouse chase back. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's start being a little bit more mystique. Let's start being more in our feminine bag, you know? Working on ourselves inside so it can exude from the outside. Let's start being a safe space. I just feel like the conversation of us dogging men out for crying to our homegirls, that got to stop.
Yes.
making them feel soft or like they gay if they want to go to therapy or if they in tune with their emotions. Let's create a safer space for men. And let's just see 5 years from now what that can do. I know this community is small right now, but I have faith that it's going to grow and that our reach is going to reach many one day. So let's just all start. It just takes a start. You know, if you don't like what a man is doing, if you don't like him texting you at 2 o'clock in the morning, don't answer. It's simple. It's simple. If you don't want him only hitting you up for sex, stop having sex with him. It's simple. If you want to go around his family, he not bringing you around. It's holiday season. He not bring you around.
Pop up.
Pop up. Hailey say pop up. I'm just saying stop going. Like find somebody who want to bring you around. Like who like you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So let's just raise the standard. I just think as women and really know our power, know that men have just as much emotions as women do. So let's like kind of play on that to our benefit, but not against them, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But I just think the quicker women start to raise the bar, then the men will start to reach higher.
Yes.
But the bar is in freaking HE double hockey sticks right now. They don't got to do too much.
Don't do too much.
And if I'm a dude, I kind of don't blame them.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying? Like, dang, if I could just hit you, like, don't be an easy lick. That's how we're going to end it.
Yeah.
Don't be an easy lick.
Yeah. So I would like to end by giving encouragement to men, because it's the internet, and sometimes online I can be looked at as a man hater, or even in real life I can be looked at as a man hater. But I do that because I see such greatness in men, and I want you to see it in yourself, and I want you to be better. And I want men to understand that you are deserving of a wonderful life with a wonderful partner. You're deserving of the love that a woman has to give you. You are deserving of that life. You deserve to cry. You deserve to hang out with your friends and have a life and be your own person. You're deserving of all of that. We want y'all around for a long time. We lose a lot of men to health issues because they don't express themselves. They fail and feel like failures for the rest of their life. It's okay to fail. We love you. We got a hand to pick you up, a meal to warm your stomach, and a hug for you to feel like home. So if you will embrace us and embrace your role as a leader, we got so far to go, and we can do so much together. So that's what I got to say to the men out there. I love y'all.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Y'all are loved at the Good Genius Podcast.
Yes. If you're a woman, drop in the comments.
Yes.
Encouragement that you have for men. If you're a woman, if you're a man, drop in the comments encouragement that you have for women and how you would appreciate them in their soft woman era.
Yes. And please like the video by pressing the thumbs up button. Comment. Share this video to someone who you think could benefit from it.
Subscribe.
It really helps pushes the video out.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right.
Bye.